Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do a collective oracle for today, Sunday, December 29th, 2024. You may find me on the book, the Insta, the Talk, the Tube, the Lemonade, the Blue Sky Social, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, to make it fit. If some of it fits, fabulous. We love that for you. If some of it does not, please just leave it on the table for someone else. We don't want you taking on energy that wasn't meant for you. Pretty simple. We're going to use the Situations Oracle deck. I got mine off Amazon. You can get it from the seller. You can get it from their website. You can get it from their Etsy. I'm going to turn the camera down for a couple of minutes. You guys can watch me shuffle and see how I place the cards as best as the camera will go that way. And again, I do not shuffle my cards fancy pants like everybody else because that ruins your decks. That ruins your cards. And I'm not going to keep paying $25 for a set of cards. And I'm not going to sit there with raggedy ass cards because that's just not me. So let us proceed. I think that's pretty good. So I do the 3-part method where you just take your cards, you do 3 piles here. Well, you can't see that one. Hold on. So you can kind of see 3 piles. And you just mix them up. And then I just shuffle. And again, I don't force my deck. I don't force my cards to fall out. So if it takes 5 minutes to get 10 cards, 8 or 10 cards, then it takes 5 minutes to get 8 or 10 cards. If it takes 10 minutes, it takes 10 minutes. And again, the reason why I don't show this that often is because it's better to do a video with your face in it. It's less likely to be stolen and used by someone else. We got 1 on the table. I think that's 3. There might be a 4th one in there. I will stop to organize my cards as they fall out, just because I'm anal like that. You gotta fall out on your own, buddy. 4 cards on the table. If it flips over and it gets stuck, I push it out. If it doesn't flip over but it doesn't fall, I keep it in the deck and I keep shuffling. It either needs to flip over or it needs to fall from the deck for me to take it as a card. We got 4 on the table. We got 5 on the table. And I lay them out in the order they come from left to right is how I lay them out. My left to my right. That's just me. And like I said, I'm aiming for 10 cards. A little less, a little more is perfectly fine. We got 6 on the table. Oh, that almost flipped. And I like a clean shuffle, so I like to, like, I'll show you. Hold on. I'll show you. Okay, so that's the end of the shuffle. Notice how the cards are kind of disorganized. People will just pull from the bottom and keep shuffling. I don't like to do that. That's just an OCD thing of mine. That has nothing to do with anybody being a good reader or a bad reader. I just don't like to do that. So if you hear me doing that a lot, it's because I'm straightening out my deck. I don't like I don't like an unruly deck. That's all. So we got 6 cards and we're 6 minutes in. 5 minutes in. Like I said, I don't force my cards. They fall out, they fall out. Okay. It's 9 cards. I'm going to set that down. Okay, we're going to do one more shuffle. Now, if cards fall out, and then I always pull from the bottom of the deck at the end. So if cards fall out and I pull from the bottom of the deck, we could have more than 10 cards, which is fine. I'm okay with that. That doesn't bother me. I actually prefer that. And I'm going to actually shuffle one more time just because I didn't pull. I pulled like a halfie and I didn't really need to. Some decks are really big where you pull like half the deck and you shuffle. And then shuffle the other half and then shuffle the first half and then shuffle again. This deck is not that big. Like I can shuffle the whole thing. 10 cards on the table. And there are a lot of decks out there that are bigger, you know, more cards. So typically I will just shuffle like half the deck at a time. And now I pull bottom. That is 11 cards on the table. You can't see them all. There's some down there. Down there. Okay. Now I'm going to bring it back up because I'm going to show you guys the cards and tell you what they are. Pretty easy. It's what I do with every reading, whether it's tarot or oracle. And same thing with affirmations. You know, when I do the affirmations in the morning, they fall out and I lay them up from my left to my right. Okay. I'm going to set the deck on the windowsill. It's not there. I don't got it. We got the 11 cards that fell out. We've got Soulmate. We've got Receipts. Verge. Crushed. Pop-up. Oh, pressure cooker. We got Focus. I actually like this card. I like that eye. Ooh. We got History. For some reason, when I pulled this up off the table, I thought it said Prophecy. It says History. We've got Entrapment. Yes, it is a woman holding her pregnant belly. Doesn't have to be pregnancy. It also says money and heartstrings, just so you know. I mean, I'll talk about it, but you know, just saying. We got Synchronicities. And then bottom of the deck is Searching. All right, let me line these up because I like to look at them a certain way. Like, so like if I have 10 cards, I have 5 cards on top and 5 on the bottom. I don't know if you can technically tell. Yeah, you can kind of see. Like today I have 6 at the top and 5 at the bottom because we have 11. And again, they're still in the order that they fell out in. Not that always matters. You know, sometimes the cards don't fall out in the order you want them to. Actually, most of the time they do not. It's not that often that like every card will fall out and that's the order you read it and that's the order of the situation. So it doesn't really matter because when you read the card and you get the message, it doesn't, like, it all ends up going together anyway. It does not matter. Feminine, masculine, it doesn't matter. Take how it resonates for you. So someone is realizing that they have a soulmate. So I'm going to say this is your soulmate. I'm just going to say you. This is your soulmate. So I'm going to refer to you as you and your soulmate as your soulmate. Just easier that way. Take how it resonates for you. Might not pertain to you. That's fine too. Maybe the next situation will. This soulmate, you might have at one time told them, hey, I think you're my soulmate. Like, I think we were, meant to be together. And this person's like, show me. Prove it to me. Like, I don't really believe in soulmates. Like, I think that's bullshit. With this Verge card, I think it was revealed to this person. I think maybe they did a little digging. I think maybe they had some epiphany moments and they realized that you were probably telling the truth, that the two of you are soulmates. This person is crushed because they didn't believe you in the first place. This person is enraged. This is going to kind of sound bad, but I think we've all been there. This person is enraged, like with God, with the divine, with angels, with ancestors, dearly departed loved ones, spirit guides. Like, why didn't you show me that this was my soulmate? Like, why did you let my soulmate walk out the door? This person wants to pop up. And again, with the Verge card, like, they want to confess to you that they now recognize that you are their soulmate. This person watches you, okay? Social media, maybe through a friend, through a family member. They're this person might be looking you up online, like yellow pages, white pages. Sometimes you can find like phone numbers, addresses, past phone numbers. Not necessarily like money stuff, but like if you had past tickets, you could probably find that. I remember I found some tickets on an old person that I dated a long time ago, online. You can find that for free. I mean, I don't remember where, don't ask me, but like this person could be looking for records, like, were you married? Again, have you ever had a ticket? Have you ever been arrested? That kind of thing. And if they're watching you online, like social media, this person is fascinated. Like, this person realizes that in the past they might have missed something. Like, they didn't see you for who you really were. Like, they missed something. Like, their eyes weren't open. Their third eye most definitely was probably not open. Just gonna say. Probably very little intuition, or if they had intuition, again, they weren't following it. The history card, like I said, this is a past person. You knew this person in the past. In the past, you told them that the two of you were soulmates, and they either they didn't believe you and thought it was bull hockey, or they had a feeling like you were telling the truth, but they weren't in a place in their life to hear it. That could also be part of the rage too. Like they're pissed off at themselves because you said something and they didn't listen. Like they didn't want to. Even though they could have had that feeling. Like, hey, why do I feel different around this person? Why do I feel connected to this person like I've never felt connected to anybody else? And you tried to like show them or tell them, and they were like, you're not so great. You can't be my soulmate. Like you're just an easy lay, or I don't know, whatever. Like I don't know. I will say this, and this is personal, and I'm just going to throw it out there. When I was with my twin flame, I didn't at the time know that they were my twin flame. Looking back on it, I mean, back then, like 2 years ago, like it wouldn't even have occurred to me. Twin flame, soulmate, like whatever. And it's not like I had never heard the terms. It's just not something I carried around with me. And I still don't really carry it around with me. But when I was with this man in 2022, at the end of 2022, when we had sex for the first time, I knew that there was something different. I knew that there was something different. I felt something having sex with him that I had never felt with any other person in my life. Now, granted, I'm not one that had a lot of experience at the time. But from the experience that I did have, trust me, I knew that there was a difference from the sex that we were having to the sex that I had had with other people. There was a difference. I could tell. Again, at the time, I wasn't thinking like, oh, this is my soulmate, or oh, this is my twin flame. Like it wasn't like that. I just knew inside to the outside that there was something different there. When I started watching tarot and listening to readers about twin flames and soulmates, twin flame, he triggered me to heal. I mean, him and the ex-best friend triggered me to heal. But yeah. As far as I know, I never triggered him to do anything other than look for more whores. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I haven't heard from him in almost 2 years, so I don't know what happened to him. It's none of my business. He's out there living his life. Congratulations. I'm living mine. It is what it is. All I know is that after being with him, I healed myself. Do I owe him some thanks? Kinda, sorta. But it is what it is. I won't ever reach out to him. If you haven't guessed it already, he's the guy that was involved with the ex-best friend. I won't ever reach out to him. I won't ever reach out to her. I won't ever reach out to him. And it's fine, because at this point, like, not a great big loss. So I'm not getting pregnancy, okay? But this person went somewhere else. And I'm not even really getting like entrapment, but definitely someone that went somewhere where maybe they thought they were in love with someone else, or like they were more drawn to somebody else, more attracted to somebody else. Like they could have even thought that someone else was like their soulmate or their twin flame, and they went towards that person and they fell in love with that person, but for whatever reason it did not work out. And maybe they're coming out of that situation now. I don't, or maybe they came out before. I don't know. And I don't think they went towards this person because this person had money. I think they went towards this person A, because of the attraction and the possible love, but also B, because they thought that this was the person they would build their empire with. This is the person that they would make money with. Even if both of them didn't have money at the time, like, oh, like I could really see us building a future together, right? I mean, that's in the back of your mind when you get with people, whether we like to admit it or not. You know, I think I've told you guys before, when I got together with the ex-husband, he had no money. He was paying his ex-wife child support and maintenance, aka alimony. Now he did the alimony, I think like 4 years. He was technically only supposed to do it for 2. He offered to pay her an extra 2 years. That was after him and I got together. So something else he lied to me about. Told me I didn't know how to read a divorce agreement. Yeah, I'm that stupid, apparently. Um, and of course he paid child support until his kid was 18. And he paid, I think one extra payment than he was supposed to. I don't know. His son turned 18 like in the middle of October, but he paid her through the end of October. Whatever. I don't know. Whatever. But when him and I got together, I knew that like at the end of the tunnel there would be light and he would have his whole paycheck. And he makes pretty good money where he's working. So now technically he should be doing just fine. I don't try to pry into his business, so I don't know. But obviously it's harder to live on your own than if you're in a couple. Like it's harder for me because I don't even make as much money as he does. But it is what it is. Like I wanted to be single. I didn't want to be married to him anymore. But one of the reasons why I married him was stability. At the end of the tunnel, at the end of that 18 years, when that kid turned 18, there was going to be stability. There was going to be more money. By the time we got there, I was so unhappy, like I had to get out. The money didn't matter. To me, the money is never going to fucking matter. It's just not. I can make my own money. I could have went to work today and done overtime for 6 hours. Earned, an extra $150, $180 after taxes on my paycheck. I didn't. I stayed home because I wanted to relax and I wanted to do this with you guys. But yeah, it took me 11 years to realize that I spent 11 years with this man to just walk away with nothing. And don't get me wrong, like when you go into a relationship and you're thinking money, you're going into a relationship for the wrong reasons. When I got into that relationship, obviously money wasn't the only thing I was thinking about, but it was definitely there in the background in my mind, when in reality it should not have been. Because him and I struggled the whole time we were together. I took care of him monetarily for years. And when he finally did get his whole paycheck after his son turned 18, he just thought that was free money. I was like, oh, no, 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 no. You're an adult. You need to pay bills. Another reason why I got the divorce. Very nice guy, but yeah. And I realized that, again, that's partly my own fault because when we got into the relationship, again, I took care of him. I set him up for that type of lifestyle, thinking that, when he was done and he had his whole paycheck coming home, that maybe there would be a little more equality, like I wouldn't have to take on so much of the burden. But I had gotten him used to living that lifestyle on my paycheck. He thought his paycheck was free money. Again, I'm not saying that he's not right at all. Don't get me wrong. He's not right at all. Like, you're a man, you have responsibilities, you're married, you have a household, you need to take care of that. But I definitely played my part in there, for sure. This person thought that they were getting this with this person to build stability, to build an empire. I don't know what happened there. It probably would be different for everybody's situation. And the funny thing is this. So this person is mad at God, and this person is mad at themselves because they didn't believe you when you said, hey, I think you're my soulmate. They were getting signs the whole fucking time. The whole time they were getting signs. The whole time. Like, if you're sitting at home and you're like, yeah, I think I'm gonna call Deborah, I think I'm ready to commit, like she's the one, and you see a bird smack into your window and die, do you think that's a good sign? Like, that's a sign, and it's not a good one. If you're driving along in the car and you're saying, hey, I think I'm gonna propose to Tony, I think it's time we got married, and as you do that, you see two cars crash together and get in a fiery accident, do you think that's a good sign? I mean, seriously. And again, I'll use myself as an example. Before I married the ex-husband, you guys, I got so many signs. While we were dating, while we were living together, I got so many signs that it was not right. That it was not right. And still, I spent 11 years with this man. I married this man. I was married to him for 7 years. I could have saved the both of us so much trouble if I would have just paid attention to what I knew was there. But I kept like, look away, don't look away, just look away. But don't show it to me. It's not real. It's fake. I need to believe in this. I need this. I need this now. Not really thinking like, really, I just need myself. Really, you just need yourself. So many signs, you guys. And when I told the ex-husband that I was getting a divorce, I didn't ask him. I said, I'm getting a divorce. I said to him, and I was brutally honest, I said, I think we probably should have always just been friends. And it's not that I wasn't in love with him, because I was. For a long time, I was in love with him. I thought he was my soulmate. I thought he was the one for me. I thought we were going to spend the rest of our life together. And it just got to the point where all these things were building, and I was seeing all these things, and I was remembering all these signs that I had ignored at the time. And it's like, I should not have even married this man. I mean, even he gave me a sign before we were married. I think I've told you guys this. When he moved in, I bought my first townhouse on my own. Okay, when he moved in with me, he wasn't paying any rent. The only thing he was paying for was the Comcast bill, which was $200 something a month. Which, again, I was trying to get him to get rid of the Comcast and just do like a Netflix, Hulu, something, because that shit is expensive. And for what? So you can watch sports? Like, watch it on your phone. There's places where you can watch it on your phone for free. Anyway, because he could have paid less on the Comcast bill and paid more towards another bill. Because I was literally paying for everything else. My mortgage, the heat, the electricity, the water, the garbage. Well, heat is gas. I still had my car payment at the time. Yeah, I think I still had my car payment at the time. I think I had one more year when I moved into the townhouse. I think. Actually, no, I probably had a couple of years. What am I talking about? I moved into the townhouse when I was 32. I got my car when I was 29. So I had like 3 more years of payments because I think I had 6 total. Either 5 or 6. I was paying my car payment, my cell phone bill. I had to buy us groceries. He couldn't afford groceries. He couldn't afford to eat. I paid for everything. He had agreed that at tax time, when he got his tax refund, he would give it to me every year. Didn't happen. And in 2014, 2 years later, I said to him, I said, where's your tax refund? And he was like, well, I was just going to hold on to it because I need to buy a bed. And I looked at him, I said, what do you mean you need to buy a bed? I said, we have a bed. I bought us a king-size bed when we moved into the townhouse. Spent $1,000 on a king-size mattress and box spring. Not the best, but whatever. He's like, well, I just figured I'd be moving out soon. And I was like, you're breaking up with me or you're moving out? And he's like, well, you want kids and I don't want kids. Like this isn't going to last. So I just figured I was going to save that money to buy a bed when I move out. I was like, I don't want you to move out. Like, I'm in love with you. Like, I want to be with you. You don't need to buy a bed. Like, you're living here. When in actuality, I should have said, go get that bed and be out by the end of the month. That was literally my sign, you guys. That was a sign from him. He never gave me any of his income tax money those years that he was there. Not one fucking dime. I paid for that man to live there for years and years and years. When we got married and we bought our house the next year, he didn't even technically need to be on the deed to the house because it was my credit that bought that house and my down payment. He didn't put anything towards the down payment. He had nothing. I am the prime example of having a man leech off of me for 11 years. And I let that happen. And don't get me wrong. Like, I still think overall, like, he's a good man. He's a nice man. He's a sweet man. Again, I got him into that lifestyle. Like, he thought he was a pretty princess and he was going to be taken care of. That's partly my fault. I allowed that to happen. But he gave me signs. Like, he literally gave me signs. And I just totally overlooked them. Whoever this is, they got a lot of signs. Like, this is someone at one point, in my mind, looking at this post with all the different direction signs, and it just says infinity, infinity, infinity. This person was getting signs like every which way, under, above, below, sideways to sideways. Like, before and after they were with whoever this was. Before they left this person, before they left you, I should say, during the time they were with you and after they left you, this person was getting signs. like I said, this person wants to pop in for a visit. If you're not even in the same place where you lived when you were with this person, I mean, they can find that online. Usually 99% of the time you can find that stuff online. Every once in a while someone might not be listed or something like that, but pretty much everybody you can find online somewhere. This person, I don't know why I have such a hard time picking up these damn cards. Sad, broken, feeling alone. This person broke their own heart. And they know it. Don't get me wrong, they know. They absolutely know. Like I said, that's why they're so freaking angry. They're angry at God, they're angry at themselves. They know. They know they broke their own heart. Because whatever they're seeing when they're watching you, like they're excited for you for whatever you're doing in your life, however you're living your life. Like they're grateful that you moved on and you're doing your own thing. But at the same time, in the background is them feeling broken and left out and like they missed out. And they know that they missed out because of them. Because this was someone that didn't really believe. Whether or not they believed in twin flames or soulmates, when you said, hey, I think we're soulmates, they should have believed in you. They should have believed in you. They were getting the signs. They were getting the signs. They should have known. But again, they weren't using their intuition. They weren't using their third eye. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I hope it resonated for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you found it entertaining. I hope everybody's enjoying the last of their weekend. Or maybe you're off tomorrow. I don't know. It's Sunday here in the good old US of A. Tomorrow is Monday. I will be back to the grind. Off Wednesday for New Year's. They're looking for volunteers. I'm like, I'm not getting drunk on New Year's Eve because I'm not drinking anymore. I made that decision the other day. No more booze, no more alcohol. Yesterday, I threw out my gummies. No more drugs. I hadn't been using them for months, and before that I was just using them to sleep. So no more gummies. It's a drug-free, alcohol-free home, and it will be that way for the foreseeable future. I'm very excited. And yeah, I'm not getting drunk on New Year's Eve or getting high on New Year's Eve, but I know I damn well don't want to come in on New Year's Day. And they better not make it mandatory because I ain't coming in. It's my day off anyway, Wednesday. Ha ha, ha ha, ha ha, ha ha. All right. I love y'all. I'll talk to you later. Bye.